following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 12 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Turkey Hill Series. We are here on Indy 250 week, but for the first time not at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, actually the second time because we did qualify yesterday for the Coke 600, but still the first race here at Charlotte for the weekend, the first race at Charlotte for the whole year on Napa Fan, the CN Rail 340 laps of action around this 1.5 mile speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Alongside John Arndt for this event here today. After the week break, these guys take some time to kind of regroup and get some things figured out, and now they're back and ready to get racing. So do you think this race is going to be ultra aggressive? We don't usually see too many cautions here at Charlotte. Or will it be kind of a calm one and a pretty good race here today at the Charlotte Motor Speedway?
It depends on what the track gives us today. Especially coming off of turn 4 and knowing how this track works, you might see issues there. But it's also quite possible that we could see races that we've seen at like Atlanta earlier in the season, because this is the sister track to Atlanta.
It definitely is, but it is a lot narrower, so not as much room to make things work, and they don't tend to race in a pack like they do at Atlanta. Driver can stay out for a few laps here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway and get away with it. After the week break, the last race we had was at Iowa a couple of weeks ago when Tyson Conway got the victory in that event there on the short track. Jamie Lee is still the points leader, 293 points towards the championship. Sebastian Kukulon is 11 points behind. Nick Smith is 16 points behind. Ryan Madden, Colton Yeo tied for 4th in the points, both 18 points behind. Colton Yeo racing in tomorrow's Indianapolis 250. Some other guys in this race racing in the Indianapolis 250 as well. Of course, they're not doing the double, but still, these guys definitely focusing on that race tomorrow morning and on this race here tonight. And we got ourselves 40 drivers, 40 laps at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The number 88 of Carter Friesen won the pole. He will start alongside the 44 car, that driven by Nathan Baird. Row number 2 sees the number 98 there of Colton Yeo. And he comes into this race tied 4th in the points. He's alongside Joe Rutkowski in the number 1. For Junior Motorsports. 00 of Alex Russell. He won his first start of the season at California. He's alongside the number 20 machine. That car driven by Adam Lewis. We got the number 8 of Nick Smith, who's 3rd in the point standing, starting alongside the number 4 of Cookie Helms, the winner, I believe, at the Texas Motor Speedway here in the Turkey Hill Series. Yes, he did win at Texas, which is a very similar racetrack to Charlotte. And then in row number 5, got Jake West and Dale Salzman. And all these guys are going to get a win here tonight in the CN Rail. 340 laps of action here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And you see all these guys rolling off here, ready to get going. And Memorial Day Weekend here for the NRLOA, NASCAR, and IndyCar all across the board. It's just going to be a great weekend. A lot of great racing. And we got another great one here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Carter Friesen and Nathan Baird on the front row. We're green flag racing here at Charlotte in the CN Rail 300. Lap 1, led by Carter Friesen, gets the jump on the outside pole sitter of Nathan Baird. Baird falling back 3 wide on the outside. And a lot of races in other NR leagues here at Charlotte see a lot of crashing, but here on Napa Fan, these guys tend to figure it out pretty well. We used the 2011 version of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and only once have we had the glitch. So, even though they're 3 wide, they usually keep it together pretty well. He now got Joe Rutkowski there on the outside lane, keeping it together, but it looks like he will be cleared by Cookie Helms, and we're 2 wide throughout the rest of the field. For the lead, Alex Russell on Carter Friesen, lap 3 of 40. There will be pit stops in this race, so watch out for those. Should be a one-stop race here today at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I did see Alexander Russell make a impressive move going 3 wide into turn 1 after the start. Carter Friesen got an exceptional start once again today in Charlotte, but Alexander Russell has by far the better car right now, even though he is being chased down by Colton Yo. Alexander Russell has his car on lock today.
He does. The 00 looking for his 2nd win of the season, but he's last in the points. Of course, he was not in the first 3 races of the season. That is part of the reason why he is that low, but with the exception of his win, it's been a tough season for Alex Russell in the 00 machine. But he's looking to turn that around here today, and somebody through the grass, and somebody in the inside wall, and we got a pile up in turn 1. I don't know who that was. There goes Yin Canario, Josh Crash, Cameron Gaju. All in turn number 2 back in there. Casey Hoffman and Emmett Chuckham.
Jamie Lee, too.
Yeah, and our points leader, Jamie Lee, got spun around. He might be able to continue, however. It was the 48 car of Eli Bright, and I think the 40 of Fisher G. And I saw Fisher G hit the inside wall right at the exit of pit lane. And then he ended up bouncing off that wall, shooting back up the racetrack. And our first caution here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It looks like we had a rather freak accident to bring out the first one here. I saw the 48 around initially, and I don't know where Alex Russell is. There he is in the 00. Kind of went all over the place there. He did win the race back to the line, but he's going to come down the pit lane in the 3rd position as Colton Yo did get around him. So Colton Yo will lead the field down the pit lane, and it looks like they are coming down.
I don't see why you would go down, because it seems too early to make it to the end if you do it now.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it actually might be a 2-stop race today. I did say it might be a 1-stop race. It could be 2. It's been a while since I've done a 1.5-mile racetrack here, and I forgot that the fuel window for these races is about 20 laps. So if they come down now, it should be 1 more stop after this one for everybody. And everybody is coming down, so it's not going to really affect anybody. I mean, we had Iowa. Iowa was kind of crazy with all those guys coming down under that one caution we had at different times, so that kind of messed things up. But fortunately, this time, everybody's coming down at the same time, and I think Jake West might have won the race off. I think the 62 was involved in the accident. He was already down the pit lane, so Jake West in the 07 winning the race off the pit lane. But first, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte. So, coming off of turn number 4, it was Christian Master in the 23 who was going to be competing in tomorrow's Indy 250, by the way. He got into Fisher G, and Fisher G lost it through the infield. I do not believe Christian Master had any contact with anybody as he came back up the racetrack, so we're going to follow here with Fisher G, and I think he loses it right here. I think he's trying to turn back on the racetrack, and he turns too early, and oh my, takes a very bad angle into the pit road wall, and Master avoids this whole thing, but Eli Bright, head-on collision from Fisher G. Yin Canario also involved. I honestly am surprised by how few drivers were actually involved initially in this one, but Yin Canario also had some damage there, and he was slow on the racetrack. These guys trying to get around him. Josh Crash gets into him, and Alex Bonsignor in his home race. You might have saw him on TV last week at the All-Star race when those people were proposing. He was in the background, so that was pretty cool to see there. And thankfully, he was ahead of this crash. And all of those guys getting involved. Josh Crash, Jamie Lee are points leader, but he should be able to continue. Just got spun around a little bit. Cameron Gaju in the 7 as well with damage. And I don't know if Mark Davidson got a little bit of damage or not, but Honestly, that could have been a lot worse than what it was, but fortunately, they kept it together, and for the most part, I should say, not all of them, and we only have a few guys knocked out after this one.
Jamie Lee got lucky there because he was about to get stuck on that apron to the track part and had to be teleported back.
But fortunately, got back on the apron and kept it together, and I think he will be able to continue, still with a chance at victory, so we'll see what he does when we restart.
Coming off of turn 4, going the opposite way than what I expected. The 40 of Fisher G goes straight onto the inside wall. It's Harding comes back onto the pack, and not a lot of cars expected, but then the stack up once again as Ian Canario comes up the track once again after really mess of a situation. And Jamie Lee, the points leader, is also involved. Hopefully Jamie can be able to salvage a good day and be able to hold the points lead once the checker flag flies.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he can do. Of course, he does come in the points leader. A lot of the drivers this season in the Turkey Hill Series have been rookie drivers. Of course, you got Nick Smith and Ryan Madden up there. They're both experienced veterans. But Jamie Lee, Sebastian Cuccolon, they've been doing a great job this season. And hopefully Jamie Lee does not lose his points lead. But if he does, that's good news for somebody else. Anyways, I believe Jake West will be leading the field at the restart. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we come back to racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Turkey Hill Series. We are back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and in fact, Colton Yo won the race off the pit lane. It was very close right there, but still good news for Jake West. He's going to be second here. Great chance at victory here today. Isaac Redmond going for his second win of the season. We have yet to get a multi-time winner this season in the Turkey Hill Series. He got the win at the Armory Digital Super Speedway back at the end of March. Alex Russell won the race before that, I believe, at California. And get the number 20 machine of Adam Lewis rounding out the top 5, coming to the restart here at Charlotte. Colton Yo will lead him to the green flag. Lap 10 of 40. We're back to racing in the CN Rail 300. Got Nicholas Wade for 5th on Adam Lewis back in there. They remain single file throughout the top 4. But here comes Jake West trying to take the position he thought was his as he was coming off the pit lane, right to the inside of Colton Yo. Lap 10 of 40. He's going to take it away from the 98.
West and Yo got a great start, but Redmond, on the other hand, really spun his tires, and it almost hurt Russell being able to jump into the inside of him going into turn 1.
Now here he comes to the inside of Colton Yo. That is for the 3rd position. Yo stuck in the outside. As you can tell, the outside isn't the best place to be here at Charlotte. As the tires wear out, I believe it will kind of rubber in and get to run pretty well. But right now, the inside's the place to be if you want to move your way through the field. Here comes Trey Wright in the 39. His development driver, or if you want to call it the other way around, Al Agassi is going to be in tomorrow's Indy 250, so I'm sure he's definitely getting prepared for that one. But the number 39 running this inside lane right now in the top 10 as he gets to the inside of Angel Olvera, who won at Atlanta. But with the exception of that Atlanta win, Olvera really has not been seen too much this season in that number 21. But he's right now in the top 10 there for Richard Childress Racing. Richmond winner Joe Rutkowski is in the top 10. And Dale Salzman, last year's Coke 600 winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, is in the top 10 as well. If there's any guy who can win this race, it's definitely Salzman, because he's won here before in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
I think the high lane is coming in on turns 1 and 2 because Colton Yo was on the outside of Alexander Russell and just blew past him on the back straightaway.
He did. So Colton Yo getting that outside lane to work. It does work a lot better through turns 1 and 2 than it does in turns 3 and 4. Sometimes. Get that run on the outside lane off the corner, and you're going to see Isaac Redmond trying to get it on Adam Lewis, but he's not going to be able to do so as Lewis gets the run to the inside. Here comes Trey Wright and Joe Rutkowski, and it's a tough place to be. It just depends on how well you maneuver around that outside lane. Colton Yo must have done a great job there as he has closed right back to Jake West, but Jake West has led quite a few laps so far as they run right into Cameron Gaju, who's going very, very slow. That is a little too slow in my opinion, and these guys trying to get around him and having a difficult time doing so. Alex Russell will finally get around, but Adam Lewis is now stuck behind him. That whole outside lane is stuck behind him. You might want to watch for this. Somebody could get impatient and spin this 7 around, causing a second accident.
Lewis tried to join Alexander Russell going on the inside, but he didn't complete the move. He actually went back up to follow Cameron Gaudu on the backstretch, and look where he is at the moment right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch for this. Adam Lewis, Dale Salzman, and all those guys on the outside have literally nowhere to go. They were in the top 10, and now Gaudu blocking his teammate Justin Zeidel. Oh boy, they're getting a little antsy back here. Matt Tuck to the inside of Noah Clifton, and I believe it was Ryan Madden at the time. They're 3 wide, and Adam Lewis is still stuck behind the 7. They're coming close to each other here, looking a lot like the All-Star race, the way these guys are racing right now, and there we go. Noah Clifton is going to come back up, and a big pile-up, sort of, down the backstretch, and there goes Salzman. He got clipped there, and in the inside wall went Noah Clifton initially, but the outside wall saw Dale Salzman and the 4-car of Nicholas or Cookie Helms. Oh boy, it's a mess. And Colton Yo was able to get around Jake West. He's back out front. But that did not work out too well for quite a few guys.
A very, very strange series of events right now.
Noah Clifton got clipped there off of turn number 2, hit the inside wall, and then came back up. That was a freak accident right there. Really haven't seen anything like that before. And another opportunity for these guys to come down, but the thing is, they're going to still have to make another stop after this point if they do. So this will get a little interesting here as Colton Yo comes down the pit lane with Jake West, Alex Russell, Trey Wright, and Joe Rutkowski, the top 5. We're going to see Colton Yo come down the pit lane here. Jake West led a majority of that green flag run, and he's going to come down. Let's see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. We're following with the 07 right now. Nathan Baird ahead of Colton Yo there. He started on the outside pole for this race. We haven't seen much of our pole sitter yet in this event either. Carter Friesen's been kind of deep in the field. Looks like 4 tire stops for everybody, or for most people. Trey Wright is going to get second off the pit lane. Great pit stop by that crew, but Colton Yo will stay where he started down the pit lane and win the race off. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Noah Clifton and Dale Salzman especially to bring out this caution here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we're all trying to get around Cameron Gaudu here, and that's Alex Mann just getting a little impatient, trying to get to the inside of Noah Clifton, and he clips him off of turn 2, and Clifton has nowhere to go but the inside wall. And if he stayed down there, did not come back up on the racing surface, that would not have triggered a caution. But he comes right into Carter Friesen, Dale Salzman, and of course Cameron Gaudu. They are still holding up these guys. If it weren't for Gaudu, I think all these guys would have been able to drive ahead of Noah Clifton. But Salzman in the 18, I think he hits where the safer barrier starts here, and that's why he went flipping. Yeah, right there, and right when he hit that safer barrier beginning, he went upside down in the 18 as Cookie Helms clipped him there. He had nowhere to go, unfortunately, and upside down here at Charlotte for the defending Coke 600 winner from last year.
A singular roll, but it was a violent one.
It definitely was. We saw something similar happen in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Rockingham in Season 6 with Al Lagasse hitting the pit or the safer barrier, where the safer barrier began. And we saw it again here tonight. Already a second caution, and we're not even halfway through this race yet. We'll go ahead and replay this in real time.
Impatience was once a factor in this, as we see a second car hit the inside wall violently and come back onto the track and take out multiple cars. But we also see Jamie Lee be able to pick up a few positions as Dale Salzman flips around because he hit the safer barrier where it starts in a bad spot.
Yeah, very bad spot there for Dale Salzman. And unfortunately, his night's going to be done, and that's a frustrating one, too, because he was running in the top 10 before they ran into Cameron Gaudu there. There'll be a few guys unhappy with that number 7, no question, because if it weren't for Gaudu, I think we'd still be green. But anyways, Colton Yo won the race off the pit lane. Let's see what he does on the restart here in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte. We are back here at Charlotte. Colton Yo still out front, been one of the dominant guys of this race, but how about Trey Wright running in the second position? Now, Trey Wright himself's going for his first career win. Of course, his other driver, Al Lagasse's won a few times and might win tomorrow. We'll have to see what he does in tomorrow's Indianapolis 250, but right now he's running in the second position with Jake West, Alex Russell, Isaac Redmond. How about Micah Knapp in the number 2? He was in today's Freedom 50 earlier. Got Ashlyn Boyd in the number 14, the Talladega winner, Nicholas Wade and Joe Rutkowski. Tyson Conway's also up here, rounding out the top 10. Our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Series. A few of these guys looking for their second win of the season. You've yet to have a 2-time winner yet. We'll see if it happens here tonight.
Isaac Redmond once again got a bad start on that restart, allowing the top 4 to get away.
Been having some issues here tonight in that number 25, but he does have a fast race car once he gets going, and he's going to draft right here. They got right around Trey right there. And here comes Jake West and Alex Russell trying to close in on Colton Yo. Lap 22 of 40 complete here at Charlotte. There goes the 0-0 to the inside of Jake West for second.
He's trying to lick the stamp and send it, but it's not really working as the outside lane was able to prevail through that corner. And Russell didn't exactly have help.
Here comes Isaac Redmond to the inside of Trey Wright, trying to get to the inside of him there. Micah Knapp and Nicholas Wade on the inside lane. And here's Tyson Conway, and here's Griffin Lynn. Remember, he was actually in the mix of that first accident. He avoided it, but now he's knocking on the top 10. And Alex Bonsignor as well. Mooresville native, this is his home track. He'd love to get a win here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, getting the run on the outside. And he will not clear Joseph Simwell, so he's going to get stuck on the outside there. But new leader, it's Jake West in the 07, taking what he believes is rightfully his, the lead in the number 07 here tonight. He's been the dominant guy so far. It's been West and Yo leading a majority of the laps here tonight. And it's most likely, it's a good chance it's going to be one of those two guys in victory lane at the end of the day.
Isaac Redmond is fighting up in third as well, as we see the 0 of Nicholas Wade fighting Redmond as well. Really good racing going on. Wade going to great battles going around throughout the pack today.
And another battle for the lead. This time Colton Yo on Jake West. And the 98 trying to take it away from the 07. Jake West trying to get the run on the outside. He's got a little bit of help, but he's on the outside, and I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it. And he won't, as Colton Yo gets the run on the inside and clears him for lap 26.
West actually started to get a little bit of a run on that backstretch, but it just wasn't able to work out because Colton Yo was able to get much more of a better help on that backstretch and be able to clear him.
Yeah, and he was able to get back to the inside here as he's in third. He's still got a shot. But how about Alex Bonsignor in the 01? And I keep on referring to him because this is his home race, of course, and he's in the top 10. And Bonsignor was one of those guys who barely avoided the first accident as well. So with Bonsignor and Lynn, both of those guys, they were in the mix of getting involved the first time around. But here they are, both in the top 10. Alex Russell shooting it up a little bit, pushing Micah Knapp to the outside. And here comes Isaac Redmond for the lead, going for his second win of the year. And he's got a run to the inside of Colton Yo. Here comes Nicholas Wade in the 0, drafting the 25 on the inside lane as Isaac Redmond takes the lead, lap 28.
Things are really heating up here as we see more cars actually showing up at the front who were actually in the back of the pack at the start of the race, now racing for the lead.
Yeah, Tyson Conway, didn't really see much of him at the beginning of this one. Joseph Simwell in the 16, Alex Bonsignor, Griffin Lynn. They're all running up front right now with a chance at victory at the Charlotte Motor Speedway during Indy 250 weekend. While we're not at Indy, sure, a lot of these guys would love to be a winner during this very big week here on Napa Fan. Joseph Simwell going for his first career Napa Fan win, trying to get to the inside of Tyson Conway, who got his first career win 2 weeks ago at Iowa. But Isaac Redmond going for his third career win. Redmond got the win in Indianapolis in the Hers Dash Series last week. He's going for his second win of the week here on Napa Fan as he continues to lead in the 25 with 10 laps to go. Remember, these guys came down about lap 18, so I do believe everybody's still going to have to make one more stop before the race is over. They are spreading out up top, maybe getting ready to come down here soon.
solid racing going on. Redmond has finally, even though he can't seem to get a good jump on the start, he has a great car and he's being able to, his tires have settled in and he's being able to hold off the pack in every advance that has been coming into him.
Yeah, and while they go single file, it gets a little bit harder for these guys to pass, but it might get a little bit easier to get around the 4 of Cookie Helms, who's a little bit slow. When we hit Cameron Gouge during that last green flag run, they were double wide throughout the entire field. Redmond on the outside, using Cookie Helms as a pick to stay out front. And those are 2 teammates right there. Kinda getting into each other and slowing each other down. That's the 0 of Nicholas Wade, who got held up. Bonsignor trying to get to the inside of Tyson Conway, and he'll find a lane to the inside of Cookie Helms as Conway's now stuck on the outside with Trey Wright and Colton Yo and Jake West. Both of those guys, they were dominant early on, but now they're outside the top 10 as they're stuck behind Cookie Helms in that slow line on the outside.
Isaac Redmond made a great run on that outside to be able to hold the lead. And he's put out a substantial lead as well.
He has, but that's all because of Cookie Helms slowing the rest of the field down. Redmond looking pretty strong right now in the 25 as Joseph Simwell runs in second. Griffin Lynn. Hey, he's got North Carolina Tar Heels on number 9, and we're in North Carolina. Maybe that little bit of luck there for the Las Vegas winner. And he's currently running in the 4th position right now as Micah Knapp runs in the 5th position. Alex Bonsignor runs right behind in 6th. Nick Smith, Matt Tuck was in the back of the field earlier on, and he's now in the top 10. I believe he was involved in that second accident with Noah Clifton. They got Alex Russell, and how about Jordan Lopez? Lopez going to be in tomorrow's Indy 250. He's right now in the top 10 in the number 51. I think all these guys still have a chance because we still got another set of pit stops left to go in this event.
Nick Smith actually started at the front of the pack but fell off pretty early. Now he's looking to actually race for the win if he gets a chance. And as we see a race for the lead between Redmond and Nicholas Wade.
Nicholas Wade on the inside of Isaac Redmond. He's finally gotten to him and gotten around him. And here we go. I see Micah Knapp slowing it down to come down the pit lane. And here we go. Green flag pit stops. This is going to ensure that everybody's going to come down the pit lane here before the race is over. So it's not going to be a strategy race. Contact! As Nathan Baird ran right into Trey Wright at the entrance of pit lane. And that 44 might be done. The tough break for our outside pole sitter. Oh, and more contact there between Sebastian Cucalon and the 7 of Cameron Gaju. And Trey Wright, he's going to have to repair that damage he was running up front earlier on. Oh boy, got Cookie Helms coming down there, getting into Isaac Redmond, but Redmond's going to be the first off the pit lane. Other guys coming down now. Nicholas Wade leading the field. Looks like Jamie Lee in the 11. I believe he is, yeah, he's staying out there, so he's going to lead a lap. I do believe, maybe not. Nicholas Wade did in fact lead that lap as they were crossing the start-finish line on the pit road. You see Wade coming out, and we're closing in on the end of this event. There's Nicholas Wade first off the pit lane of the second group. And that second group might be the group that gets the win because they are getting out ahead of the rest of the field here, or are they?
Here comes Redmond. This is going to get close.
Redmond's going to be the only guy from that first group that's going to be out ahead and contend for the win. And look at this. He's going to have
3-lapped cars.
3-lap cars in between him and second place. What a pit stop by Isaac Redmond. And he is out of here in the 25 with 2 laps to go in the CN Rail 300. Nicholas Wade now finally getting around Matt Hamill as he is over a second behind. I think this one is effectively over, and we might have our first 2-time winner this season in the name of Isaac Redmond in the 25.
He is setting sail with a full tank of fuel. He's going to be good to the end, and here he comes to the white flag.
White flag here at Charlotte for Isaac Redmond. What a week for him. Both of the events that he has participated in during Indy 250 week, he is going to get the checkered flag. Got the win in the Hers Dash Series at Indianapolis 1 week ago. And 1 week later from that win, it's going to be another one at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Be his second win of the season in the Turkey Hill Series. Isaac Redmond in the 25, a dominating performance on the pit lane, will come home with the victory in the CN Rail 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a great run there for Isaac Redmond. A great week for Isaac Redmond. And he's flying high here in the Turkey Hill Series. First two-time winner this season. Gets it done here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Great run for Nicholas Wade nonetheless. Definitely a welcome run for that team. How about Micah Knapp and Jordan Lopez, 3rd and 4th, and Griffin Lynn rounding out the top 5 and the 9. Great runs by all of those guys in this race, but I think the spotlight here tonight is Isaac Redmond in the 25, getting the victory in the CN Rail 300. Only 2 cautions, a pretty good and clean race here today. And how about Isaac Redmond? Once he had that pit stop, he was out of here, and that pit crew won him this race, no question.
Very much so. He was able to get out ahead of those 3 lapped cars and be able to use them as basically a pick to keep Nicholas Wade behind him so he could just stroll onto the victory.
Yeah, not the moment of the race right there when Redmond was closing in on Cookie Helms. Helms moved to the inside, and Redmond saw it, moved on the outside, and got that gap on Nicholas Wade, and the rest was history from there. Isaac Redmond getting the win here at Charlotte. A few guys with issues here today. Nathan Baird had that contact on the pit lane right near the end of the race, and he's going to finish 36th. Salzman, Canario, Bright, and G all failing to finish here today. Only we had 31 cars finish on the lead lap after all the accidents we had. It was kind of a wacky race at the start, but turned out to be a rather traditional Charlotte race near the end with the pit strategy splitting the field up there and spreading those guys out at the end. And Isaac Redmond, oh man, you know, you can't get any closer to a second than that now, can you? 0.999 seconds ahead of Nicholas Wade. So it wasn't quite a second victory for Isaac Redmond, but it's still a victory, and it's still 44 points towards the championship for the Armory Digital winner, his second win of the season here in the Turkey Hill Series. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and tomorrow is the big day, no question about it. It's the double on Napa Fan, the Indianapolis 250, and then the Coca-Cola 600. We have, I believe, 8 drivers racing in both races tomorrow. Let me see if I can name them off the top of my head. Nicholas Samadillo, Elijah Gordon, Nathan Stapleton, Luke Rainey. Oh, this is hard. That's 4 of them, that's half of them, and I will go over them tomorrow when we begin the Coke 600 as well. And who knows, we might have somebody battling for the win in both races. Very possible somebody could do that. It's going to be a great day tomorrow here on Napa Fan, so get a good night's sleep, guys, and wake up bright and early at 8 a.m. Eastern Time for the Indianapolis 200, and then 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is the Coca-Cola 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, race 13 of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Season 7. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching once again. Congratulations to Isaac Redmond for the victory here in the Turkey Hill Series at Charlotte. And here are the point standings for the Turkey Hill Series after 12 races in the season. On behalf of John Arndt, thank you guys very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.